Hey YouTube, Nova Piper on a beautiful day, low 20s, sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, no humidity like yesterday. 2013 Peterson St. Patrick's Day. I gotta polish that stem up. I stuck it in some OxyClean, I don't know why. There was no oxidization on it and it dulled it up, so I gotta give it some polish. I don't know what to do with it. I'm smoking Gawith and Hogarth, Bob's Chocolate Flake. Almost done this bowl. It's I'm not really enjoying it. I don't detect any chocolate. In the tin note you do. You put your face in it. In the tin you can get a little bit of chocolate, but I have no chocolate in this at all. Something buzzing around my head. I can hear it. I seen a buddy of mine who I used to go to school with, elementary school. He's over in, I don't know, he's in the United Arab Emirates or somewhere over there. He's teaching with his family. He's been there for a while. And he posted something on the internet about, you know you're Canadian, or Canadian figures of speech and stuff like that, terminology. I was reading it and I had no idea that some of those words were only like regional to Canada, where the YouTube pipe community is sort of a global community. You know, you get different, I hear people using different terms and the different accents and stuff like this. And I know in the US, the East Coast of North America, not just America, but all of North America, including Atlantic Canada, the East Coast of Canada, you drive for 15 minutes and you hear a different accent. And it's the same in the US. Everybody makes fun of they got that Boston. Like, you look at Boston and what do they call it, New England? I guess Boston has its own accent, like khakis are a type of pants, and khakis you also use it to start your car, right? And you go further down and you just drive. You guys, if you're from there, you know exactly what I mean. And then you travel west, you got to go even further and further before you hear different accents. And it's the same in Canada. You go to Ontario, everybody talks the same to me, but you come to Atlantic Canada, the way I talk in Halifax is different than a 15-minute drive from here. You'd think you've driven to another country. And I watch a lot of videos from the UK, and I can pick up different accents from the UK. Like I can't talk like it, but like an Irish accent or an English accent or a Scottish accent. Even Welsh. I watch some like British TV, so I can I pick that up. And even different areas of England, they have different accents. And even some of the videos I watch, I can hear different accents. And the different figures of speech or different words you use. I got a list here. Now, I had no idea that these were Canadian terms. Like some of these here. I'll just go through a few. Like a Mickey. Now, I've heard of this. It's a 375 milliliter bottle of liquor. Okay. I used to call them pints. But I know what a Mickey is, but I've never used it. I always used to call it a pint. Because I used to, when we switched to metric, I was just a kid. So I still call it a pint. A 2-4, it's 24 beers. A 26er, I've never heard of that before. It's a 750 milliliter bottle of liquor. 40 ouncer, a 40 pounder. It's a 1.14 liter bottle of liquor. A toque. Kind of knew that was Canadian. It's just a winter hat. Freezies. I didn't know that was Canadian. I like how they say it here. It's like a popsicle, but instead of being served on a stick, they come in a cheek lacerating plastic sleeve or tube. Donair. Meat heavy Turkish dish invented in Halifax. And I think the only place you can get them is here in Halifax too. Strong relation to the gyro, but it's definitely not a gyro. Parkade. Parkade's where you park your car. Multi-level parkade. Pencil crayon, never heard of that. I guess that's a colored pencil. Robertson screwdriver. I thought everybody uses Robertson screwdrivers. We got another list here. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to learn to work this phone someday. Let's see, we'll do it this way. I'm gonna find that, and then I click on that. Yeah, here we go. Canadian terms. The bush. The wooded, usually uninhabited area. The darts are supposed to be cigarettes. I always call them smokes. Double double. Coffee. 2 cream, 2 sugar. Double double. Triple triple. Single single. Chirp. It's to insult somebody. Never heard of that. Clicks or kilometers. I think everybody knows that. A. Said in anticipation of one's agreement. They always say that's a big Canadian thing, but it's only a small part of Canada that uses A. Everybody says it from time to time. Giver. Going all out. Giver. Giving her. To go all out. Hoser. It's just Bob and Doug was a comedy thing. They used to say hoser. Hydro is your electricity. Kraft dinner. KD, man. It's Kraft brand macaroni and cheese. Looney, a $1 coin. A Newfie, someone from Newfoundland. Out for a rip. A recreational ride on a motorized vehicle. P-meal or back bacon. That's what people call Canadian bacon. We call it P-meal or back bacon. Pop, carbonated beverage. Postal code. A puck bunny is a hockey fan focused on the players, not the game. Runners, sports shoes. Street meat, hot dogs purchased from street vendors. A Timbit, that's from Tim Hortons, it's a donut hole. A toboggan, I didn't know that was Canadian. Or Chesterfield, I didn't know that was Canadian. A tool is an idiot. A toonie is a $2 coin. And Z is how the letter Z is pronounced. I don't know what other people call it. Z. It's the last letter of the alphabet. So a lot of those I didn't know were supposed to be just Canadian. It's kind of funny though. Yeah, I don't really enjoy this tobacco. I don't think I'll be buying this again. But how do you know until you try it? I'll finish it, but I'll never buy this again. So yeah, it's kind of funny. And like I was saying before about accents in North America. Oh, break that cap off. On the East Coast, back in the day when it was first settled here. Get out! Get the fuck down, you little bastard! Cat's climbing the screen. But back in, hundreds of years ago, when this eastern North America was the first part that was settled by Europeans, and it was just the only means of transportation they had was probably a horse. So maybe 10 kilometers was a long way to go. So that's going to be a long drive. So every little town has a different accent. And here in Nova Scotia, man, it's crazy, some of the way some people talk. And it's the same thing. It's, a 1 hour drive, 100 kilometer drive, let's say. Back then, man, that was a long ways. So everybody had a little different accent. It was all settled from different parts of Europe. There's a lot of French here, a lot of Scottish. Where I live, French, Scottish, English. So all down the East Coast, it's like that. And then as you travel out west, it became, roads were developed, and then, so the accents take up a greater distance. And I notice in the UK it's the same way, probably for the same reason. You know, different cities, towns in the UK all have their own accents, and probably terminology and figures of speech. You get the same thing here. I just find it interesting, you know, to watch these YouTube videos from around the world and listen to the way people talk. But where I'm from, the city, it's my vowels, the way I said the letter O. Sometimes I get caught up and I'll go ow, ow, dog, bone. Like the O can have different vowel sounds, but not like moon. We all say moon the same, but bone or bone, B-O-N-E. So sometimes you'll hear me say bone. And now you go out to Ontario, and they'll say, you know, here I'll say, oh, that's too bad. Out there they'll go, oh, that's too bad. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Nobody says A around here. I say it sometimes. Certain parts of Canada. You go out west, you go to Alberta. What do they say in Alberta all the time? You betcha. You betcha. It's kind of regional, that part of Canada. Don't say that around here. You can always tell where someone's from. But you know, the Atlantic Canada, you get the Newfies, man. Sometimes you can barely understand what they're saying. I know a lot of Newfies, and they're cool people. And just listening to them. Where's he at? I'll come through too. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's just interesting, you know, short distances and you get different accents. Anyway, this is disgusting. Towards the bottom, man, I can't finish that. That's gross. Anyway, that's about it. It's a nice day. I'm gonna chill out. You guys all, thanks for watching. I will see you.